Okay, so for lecture 5 of our biostatistics subject, it's population data. Okay, so ano ba yung population data at saan natin siya magagamit? So population data is the estimation in the possible population in the near future or pwede ring retro pabalik. So usually ginagamit to future tense or titingnan natin ilan yung possible maging population in the future. Okay, so there are three principal uses of population data. Computations of vital and health statistical rates and ratios, setting up of target activities, setting up of norm for assignment of health facilities, staff, and funds. So, yung number 1, it is the computation lang. So, yung mga computation, pwedeng yung mga estimation natin or yung iba-iba pa nating computation na ginagawa. Number 2 and number 3, usually, is yung sa planning. So, pagdating kasi sa pagtatayo ng isang hospital or sa paggagawa ng project, sa pagde-develop or pag-start ng long-term na projects, so kailangan natin i-account ilan ba yung magiging target pagdating dun sa oras na yun o kung tama ba yung ating paglalagay ng ating mga resources. So, sa facility, so halimbawa, maunti yung tao ngayon, pero kita mo steady yung growth. So, syempre, pag kita mo steady yung growth, pwede kang maglagay dyan na medyo malaki-laki ng hospital. Ganoon din sa staff and sa funds. So, sa staff, kung ilan yung tao, syempre, may ratio kasi tayo ng healthcare worker to the patients. Funds, syempre, kung magtatayo ka ng facilities, kailangan may pondo ka along with the pampasweldo mo sa staff. Okay, so estimation of population. So the population size and characteristics can be obtained through national surveys or census. So yung census, yung sa bahay-bahay, syempre, yun na yung pinakang ating base sa pagkuha ng mismong census sa isang lugar. Making surveys, so sa pagsasurvey mo, makikita mo din doon kung ilan yung tao o yung population doon sa lugar na yun. Maintaining a system of continuous population registration, so magkadugtong ito. So parang PSA or NSO, so dating NSO, PSA na ngayon. So meron kang system ng record. Kumbaga, nandun yung iyong bilang or yung files, yung iyong documents na nagpapatunay kung ilan yung tao talaga doon. So for example, birth certificate. So sa isang lugar. So pwede mo search doon halimbawa ilan yung nadagdag sa lugar na yun based on birth certificates. Mathematical and graphic estimates. So ito yung computation natin. So estimates siya kasi hindi siya yung exact amount pero usually close to the actual account siya. Okay, so the census. So it is recommended to be done every 10 years. So yung ating PSA, ginagawa siya every 5 years. Estimates usually assume that conditions existing in the last census still holds for the period being estimated. So ibig sabihin, ina-assume or parang same lang yung conditions. Yung living conditions, yung previous tsaka yung ngayong census. Such assumptions goes further away from the truth as the interval between the two censuses gets longer. So for example, patagal yung census, yung halimbawa yung last census tapos yung kasunod na census, nalaki yung gap or natagal kung kailan ka ulit nag-census, mas malaki yung nababago sa estimation kasi maraming factors tayong dapat i-consider like calamities, accidents, terrorism, disease, plagues, yung mga ganun. So, for example, COVID. So, hindi naman natin inaasahan na biglang ganun kadami yung magkaka-COVID or madami yung mamamatay. So, along with typhoons, so, diba, na minsan madami yung casualties natin o yung mortality sa mga ganung pangyayari. Okay, so census is done in the Philippines. The country is divided into small areas. So, per lugar, may mga specific na naka-assign. So, period of 20 days, fixed date of reference. So, 12:01 a.m. of August 1, 2015 as the census reference time and date. So, ito yung time kung kailan babalikan or ito yung mismong time nung reference ng ating previous na census. So age, sex, civil status, race, citizenship, literacy, religion, and employment status. So yan yung mga tinatanong sa ating census. Okay. So ito ang population census of the Philippines from the PSA. Okay, imagine 1903, 7 million yung tao. Pagdating ng 2015, meron ng 100,981,437 na tao. Okay, so ito yung yearly, kung kailan yung ginagawa. So medyo kulang yung data dito. 10 years yung naging gap. 10 years, 2007, 2010, 15. Okay, so ito na. Tapos 2020, nag-census nitong minsan. Okay. So, from ito, pinaka-base natin, 7 million. Ang kasunod na census is 1918. So, nagkaroon ng 2.03% of growth per annum. So, ibig sabihin, per year, 2.03% yung nadadagdag na tao. So, dito, 1.72. Meron dito mataas. Ito mataas yung nadagdag. So, medyo mababa dito. From 2007 to 2010, bumagal yung ating growth rate. Replacement of NSO by PSA. Republic Act number 10625, Philippine Statistical Act of 2013, was signed into law by President Benigno S. Aquino III on 12 September 2013. The law implementing rules and regulations took effect on 29 December 2013. So it merged the National Statistics Office, National Statistical Coordination Board, Bureau of Labor and Employment Statistics, and Bureau of Agricultural Statistics into PSA or Philippine Statistics Authority. So PSA shall serve as the central statistical authority of the Philippine government. It shall also administer the civil registration function provided under Act number 3753, Local Law on Registry and of Civil Status. So dito lang sinasabi yung creation ng PSA. Okay. So additional information regarding PSA. Mathematical estimates. So meron tayong dalawa. Intercensal estimate or intrapolation. So made between two consecutive censuses. So ibig sabihin sa pagitan ng dalawa. For example, 1980 to 1990 censuses. So pagitan ng 1980, so 1981, 82, hanggang 1990. Intercensal estimate or intrapolation. Ibig sabihin sa loob ng dalawang census points. The other one is PostEssential estimate or extrapolation. So made beyond the last census. So projection based on the difference between the last two censuses. So bakit kailangan natin itong dalawa? Ano yung pinagkaiba nila? Itong PostEssential estimates is beyond ng last census. So since nag-census ngayon taon, 2020, ang kasunod na census na is 2025, assuming every 5 years. So if you want to estimate the population between 2020 to 2025, so hindi pa nangyayari in 2025, post-census estimate yun. So 2021, kukumpitin mo 22, 23, 24. So parang ina-estimate mo ilan yung tao doon. Ito naman, post-intercensal estimate, siya yung pagitan ng dalawang censuses nga, di ba? So, gusto mong malaman ilan, ang data natin, for example, is 1980 to 1990, wala nang iba. So, gusto mo lang malaman ilang kaya yung tao sa lugar na noong 1985. So, pwede mong i-compute para malaman kung ilan yun. So, again, estimation, maraming factors na magpe-play into effect at malalayo yung actual number niya. Pero ito mga close as possible yung ating ginagawa dito kasi based ito sa ating mga statistical data. So we have two methods for estimating the population. One is arithmetic increase method. Population increases at a constant amount per year. Suitable for large or old cities with considerable amount. May give lower population estimate if used for small or comparative cities. So, ito yung pang malalakihang city na yung ginagamit. So, amount per year yung ginagamit natin na computation. The formula is the difference between the last census taken and divide by the number of years between them to get the average amount of population increase per year. So, yung average nung difference, yun yung gagamitin natin. Yun yung ating arithmetic mean. Okay, so ganito. Estimate the population in July 1, 1985 and July 1, 1995. So, ang given natin is the population in July 1, 1980. Okay, so 1985 to. 1990. So, meron tayong 1980 tsaka 1990. Yun yung data na meron tayo. So, gaano katagal yung pagitan or yung difference between the two census points? 1990 and 1980. Okay, so the difference between 1995 and 1985 is 10 years. So, ito din. So, ito dapat ay 1990. Okay, so typo. Ito ay 1990 and 1980. Okay? So, ito dapat ay 1990 saka 1980. So, pagitan nilang dalawa is 10 years. So, 1990 minus 80 is 10. 10. Okay. So, nakuha natin yung difference in years, 10. Kukunin naman natin yung average increase per year. So, paano mo makukuha yung average increase? So, kunin mo yung final population subtracted by the initial population. So, ang final natin is yung pinaka-late. So, pinaka-late natin is 1990, which is 1 million. Then, ang initial natin is yung start ng ating census point. So, that's 1980. So, that is 800,000. So, subtract 1 million minus 800,000 is 200,000 divided by the gap. So, ito yon 10 years. So, gap ng dalawang estimation points ng ating census points. So, 200,000 divided by 10 years is 20,000. So, 20,000 daw yung increase per year ng ating population. So, computein naman natin ito. Paano ito kukumputin? So, para makompute mo yung sa 1985, so, ito ay nasa pagitan ng dalawa. Intercensal population estimation. So, kunin mo muna yung gap din ng dalawang nung kukunin mo. So, ang pwede natin gamitin dito is yung ating initial. So, 1980 population papunta sa 1985 na population. So, that is 1980 to 1985 is 5 years. So, 5 years yung ating gap na gagamitin doon. Okay. So, population of July 1, 1985, ito yung kailangan natin. Paano makukuha? So, yung initial na population, ito yung 1980 na population, yun yung gagamitin natin. So, 5 years ang ating gap, ita-times natin sa amount of increase per year. So, yung na-compute natin amount of increase per year is 20,000. So, 20,000 times 5 years is equal to 100,000. So, 800,000 plus 100,000 equals 900,000. So, our estimated population in July 1, 1985 is 900,000. So, that is the estimated population using arithmetic increase method. Okay, so yung 1990 to 1995 naman. So gagamitin naman natin dito is 1990 to 1995. So yung population ng 1990, ilan yun kanina? Okay, 1 million. So 1 million, gap niya ulit is 5 years. So 20,000 times 5 years, again, is 100,000. So 1 million from the population of 1990, dagdagan ng 100,000 do sa 5 years na dagdag ng tao. So that is 1 million, 100,000. Ito na yung population ng 1995. Question, bakit alin yung gagamitin nating year? So para mas madali, always use the previous year. So for example, ang binigay nating data is 1980. Gamitin mo yung mas malapit na previous year. So since 1985, previous, isa lang naman yung previous, so 1980. Previous year ng 1995, so parehas naman silang previous, pero gamitin mo yung mas malapit, 1990. Kasi mas maunti yung i-multiply mo na difference ng years. So gamitin lagi yung mas malapit. So usually same naman yan kapag ka nag-compute. Pero mas madali, gamitin mo yung mas malapit. Previous lagi. So laging paurong. So 1994, 93, 92, 91. Ito 1984, 83, 82, 81. Okay. So another example, estimate the population in August 1, 2005 and August 1, 2015. So the given data, population in August 1, 2000 is 2 million. August 1, 2010 is 3 million. So take time to pause this lecture and try to compute for yourself. So ito ay 3 million to ha, comma. Okay. So try to compute this before proceeding with our lecture. Proceeding this is the explanation and the computation. So try nyo muna sagutan. Pause nyo muna to. Compute muna kayo. Para ma-check nyo kung tama yung inyong pagko-compute. Okay. So the difference between 2010 and 2000 is 10 years. So, bakit? Alin yun? So, ito yun. Yung dalawang ating census points. So, census points natin, initial, ang ating initial lagi is yung pinakaluma. So, initial is 2000. Then, ang ating final is 2010. Okay. So, sa pagitan ng 2000 and 2010, ilang taon? 10 years. So, kukunin naman natin yung arithmetic increase, yung mean, yung increase per year. So that is 3 million kasi ito yung ating 2010 subtracted by 2000 population, that is 2 million. So there is an increase of 1 million for the span of 10 years. So kailangan natin per year. So that is 1 million divided by 10 years. So ibig sabihin 100,000 ang tao per year. Yun yung nadagdag. Okay. So kukumpitin daw yung population sa 2005. So, alin ang gagamitin? Gamitin natin yung 2000. So, the population difference is, year difference is 5 years. So, the population in 2000 is 2 million na tao times 100,000 na increase for 5 years. So, that is ilan? 500,000. So, 2 million plus 500,000 equals 2.5 million. Next, solve naman natin yung 2015. So, 2010, gamitin natin mas malapit. 2015, so that is 5 years. So, the population ng 2015 is 3 million. Estimate na natin yung 2015. So, the gap is 5 years. So, times 5 ulit yung ating increase ng population. So, 3 million plus 5 times 100,000, ito yung per year na increase, is equal to 3.5 million individuals. The other way in estimating the population is the geometric increase method. Okay, so population increases at a constant rate per year. So, yung kanina is amount. Ito naman, rate. So, percentage yung ating gagamitin dito. Have to determine the annual rate of population change. So, yung rate ng population change yung ating gagawin. Kanina, amount, ito, rate. Percentage increases in the population from decade to decade is assumed constant. So, ina-assume natin na constant yon, kaya ito natin pwedeng gamitin. Further increments in the population can be determined. Gives higher values and should be applied for a new industrial area at the beginning of the development for a few decades. So, mas maganda siya sa starting cities pa lang. Yung isa maganda for developed or large communities or cities na. So, paano mag-compute? So, population or final population is equal to population. Ay, lagyan natin ito. Okay. So, una natin kailangan dito is yung geometric mean. So, IG, ito, is the geometric mean. P, ito, is the present population. N is the number of decades. Okay, so paano mag-compute nun? Estimate the population in July 1, 1995. So, given population in July 1, 1980 is 800,000. The population in 1990 is 1 million. Annual rate of change. So, paano makukuha yan? So, kunin natin yung ating final population. That is 1 million. Then, yung ating initial population, that is 800,000. Divide that by the initial population. So, computein mo na yun. 1 million minus 800,000 divided by 800,000. Okay, so that is 0.25. So, divided by 10 times 100 equals 2.5%. Tama ba ang inyo nakuha? So, 2.5% is our geometric. So, ito na yun, geometric mean. Yung ating 2.5% na nakuha. So, substitute nyo lang yun. So, 1990 to 1995, ilang taon yung pagitan? 5 years. So, substitute natin yung P. Okay, so ito daw yung ating geometric mean, which is ito, na-compute natin. And N is the number of years or yung gap. So, substitute natin. Compute natin. So, P, ang ating population dito is yung 1990. So, that is 800,000. And ang ginamit daw natin is 1990. Sorry. So, 1990, that is 1 million. Multiplied by 1 plus the geometric mean, which is 2.5%. Or para mas madali, i-divide nyo na yung percent doon sa ating mean. So, ika-cancel kasi yan eh. So, 2.5% divided by 100 is 0.025. So, 1 plus 0.025 times N, so number of years. Okay, so that is 1 million times 1 plus 0.025 times number of years. So, lagyan nyo ng bracket ito. So, itong ating N is naka-raised or raised to n yan, yung ating formula. So, hindi siya tumaas. Balikan natin yung formula. So, P is equal to 1 plus I G divided by 100 raised to n. So, itong n, nakataas yan dapat. Yan, nakaganyan. So, increased yan. Nakataas dito. Naka-superscript raised to n. So, paano gagawin sa calculator? So, pindutin yung ating population, that is 1 million, times, open parenthesis daw, 1 plus, yung geometric mean natin, yung IG, kinumpute na natin dito sa 100. So, 2.5% divided by 100 is 0.025. So, yun na yung ating ilalagay dito sa, dito. So, itong 0.25, yan na mismo ilalagay natin dito. So, 1 plus 0.025, close parenthesis, raised to n, which is 5. So, ano nakuha? Ganito ba ang nakuha? So, minultiply natin, raised to 5 yan. Raised to 5, ito ha, naka-raised yan, superscript. Raised to 5. So, makukuha 1.131. So, ito yung ating i-multiply sa ating population. 1 million times 1.131. Ito yung ating estimated population pagdating ng July 1, 1995. So, 1,131,000. Okay, another example. Compute for the population in 2003. So, from 2000 to 2003, there is a 3 years gap using the growth rate. So, growth rate is the difference between crude rate and crude birth rate and crude death rate. So, minsan, ibibigay na sa inyo to or ipapakompute sa inyo. So, depende sa given. Analyze nyo ulit yung given. Kung binigyan kayo ng crude birth rate tsaka crude death rate, subtract nyo lang naman yon, difference lang siya. So, minsan given, minsan hindi. So, check nyo kung anong data meron kayo. So, 2,000 daw, yung ating population na given, yung 2,000, so may 2 million na tao. Ang crude birth rate is 20 over 1,000. Crude death rate is 5 over 1,000. So, ang ating natural growth rate is the difference between crude birth rate and crude death rate. So, 20 and 5. Ulit. 20. Then, ito yung 5. So, difference nila is 15 per 1,000 or 0.015, which is 1.5%. So, ang formula naman dito is same lang din. Same lang siya ng formula. Nagkataon lang na iba yung geometric mean na ginamit natin. So, kanina geometric mean or IG. Dito is natural growth rate. So, same lang yan kung ano yung available sa inyong computation yun ang gagamitin. Same procedures. So, 2 million is the old population times 1 plus geometric mean or natural growth rate, which is ito, 1.5. So, dinivide na yan sa 100. So, ito na ulit yun. 0.015 raised to 3. So, try compute before i-check yung ating sagot. 1 plus 0.015 raised to 3. Then, multiply it by the population, which is 2 million. So, anong nakuha? Where 3 is the difference between 2003 and 2000 and 1.153 yung ating pangko-compute. So, 1.046 yung ating naging sagot dito. Tama? Okay, so 1.046 multiply by it with the population. So nakuha ang sagot 2.092 thousand na tao. 2,092,000 na tao. So ito ay inuna natin, ni-round off na. Okay? So another example, compute for the population. In 2005, every year, population is increasing by 5% in a compound interest fashion. So 5% na yung ating geometric mean. So geometric mean ulit yung given. So same lang yung geometric mean tsaka yung natural growth rate. So depende nga kung ano yung mag-given sa inyong example. So kung titingnan, babasahin itong ating sentence. So ito yung binigay. So yung ating geometric mean. Okay, so 5 is the difference between 2005 and 2000. Kailangan daw natin yung 2005. Binigay sa atin yung 2000. So compute ulit. 1 plus 0.05 kasi ito yung geometric mean natin. Raised to 5 is equal to 1.276. Tama ba? 1 plus 0.05 raised to 5, 1.276. So kung magka-compute, 3 decimal places yung gagamitin natin. Lagi, 3. Okay, so 3. Again, pag may nagtanong sa exam, 3 yung gagamitin natin dito. Unless stated sa instruction. Pero pag walang sinabi, 3 decimal places. Population ng 2,000 times yung ating factor. So the population is 2.552 thousand sa 2005. So tama ba? Parehas ba kayo na na-compute? So the following are indices of fertility, natural birth rate, so difference between crude birth rate and crude death rate. So dito sa following, pakibasa at tandaan lang yung ating mga formula. So hindi mo naman siya ganon magagamit sa ating subject ngayon. It is good to know and try to know this. If magkaroon ng mga tanong sa exam regarding this, it will be about the formula. So number of live births in a given year divided by mid-year population times 1,000. So again, okay, so exercises. So try to compute this. In 2005, the census in country A revealed a population of 67,563,000 as of July 1. In 2015, July 1, the census of the population recorded 87,435,000. So answer the following questions. So compute muna kayo sa Scratch, then sa Neo natin, or sa Neo nyo ipapasa yung sagot. So basahin maigi ang per item, as it will give you additional information or data that you will use for that specific number. So this will be your quiz number 2. Okay? So that's all, and thank you.